I've been in the music business for over a decade, and in that time I've learned a lot. Some lessons came through wins, most came through failures, and many came through just showing up year after year. Today I want to share what I've learned. These are timeless lessons, things I wish I knew earlier. If you're an artist or creative, or thinking about becoming one, this might save you some time. Part 1. Mindset comes first. Here's the first truth. Nobody cares about your art as much as you do. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually freeing. We all think there's a spotlight on us, that everyone is watching our every move. But the truth is, people are too busy with their own lives. That means you have freedom. Freedom to experiment, freedom to fail, freedom to try again, without the whole world noticing. And that leads me to this. You have to be your own biggest believer. Sometimes even a little delusional. Because if you don't believe in your own vision, no one else will. Dream big, and when you do, you start noticing opportunities you would otherwise miss. Look at successful artists, not to compare yourself, but to remind yourself that it's possible. And here's a warning. Don't let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. Success demands courage. And if you feel fear, doubt, or imposter syndrome, that's actually a good sign. It means you're pushing into new territory, and that's where real growth happens. But here's the thing. People only cheer for you twice. At the beginning, when you announce your dream, and at the end, when you finally succeed. The long middle part, it's usually silent, so you've got to learn how to cheer for yourself. And appreciate the small circle of people who support you the whole way through. Part 2. Fall in love with the process. So let's talk about the process of creating. It's never about your resources. It's always about your resourcefulness. I started with an old PC, the demo version of FL Studio, and some cheap speakers. And even today, I mostly just use a laptop and some headphones. The gear matters way less than what you actually do with it. And here's a big one. You have to fall in love with the process, not the results. If you're chasing validation, money, or recognition, you will burn out. But if you love creating for the sake of creating, you will last. Now let me bust a myth. People say do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. That's complete BS. If you want to master your craft, you're going to have to push. Show up when you don't feel like it. Study, improve, face challenges. That's the real work. And while you're doing the work, remember this. Iteration beats repetition. Don't just do the same thing over and over. Do, reflect, adjust, and continue. That's how progress happens. And yes, consistency is a secret. But here's the catch. Consistency looks boring in the moment, but absolutely beautiful in the end. One track probably won't change your life, but dozens and maybe hundreds, that's what creates real momentum. Part 3. Failure is feedback. Now let's talk about failure. Because if you're serious about music, you are going to fail. A lot. And that's not bad. In fact, if you want to succeed faster, double the rate of your failures. Each one gives you feedback, direction, data. Not getting results isn't a reason to quit. It's a reason to improve. Failure is reflection. And remember this, pain, setbacks, and obstacles, they're not detours. They are the road. They build resilience, patience, resourcefulness, and vision. They prepare you for the dream you are chasing. And sure, pain and motivation can light the fire at the start. Maybe you want to prove people wrong, or maybe you want to escape a tough situation. But long term, motivation fades. What sustains you is your why, your purpose. That's the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Part 4. Put your work out there. Here's something practical. You have to be willing to fail in public. Don't just send your tracks to family and friends. Publish them. Put them out there. Real feedback comes from real listeners. And don't underestimate the value of a single fan. When you're starting out, one person who saves your song or adds it to their playlist, that's huge. Be grateful for every single one. A rejection? You should expect it. If a label says no, it doesn't mean you're not good. It means you're not the right fit for them at that moment. Use it as feedback, raise your standards, and get better. Part 5. Music is art plus business. Now let's switch gears, the business side. This is where a lot of artists struggle. But here's the truth. Marketing your music is just as important as making it. You can write the best song in the world, but if nobody hears it, it doesn't matter. And here's something I wish I knew earlier. You don't need a label to start. Too many artists wait around for someone to discover them. But the reality is, you can put out your music right now. Start building your audience, track by track, release by release. If you're consistent, people will find you. And eventually, labels will come knocking anyway. But by then, you will already have some leverage. And here's a game changer. Outsource what holds you back. For me, it was mastering. Once I realized I could get professional quality masters for a few $100, it freed me to focus on creating and finishing. And please learn the basics of the music business before you sign anything. Know how royalties work. Understand publishing and label deals. Sign up with the right organizations so you can collect what you are owed. I wrote a complete book about the music industry you can read in a day, and it tells you everything you need to know. One more thing. Don't quit your day job too early. Financial stress will kill your creativity faster than anything else. Use your job as a safety net while you build. Once your music consistently pays your bills, then you can think about making the jump. Part 6. Play the long game. So what does this all add up to? Longevity. You can't rush the process, but you can guarantee success if you just don't quit. One song won't change your life, but consistently releasing music and building a strong catalog over years will. And here's something most people don't talk about. Save your money. Every artist, even the ones with massive breakthroughs, experience dips in their career. Nothing lasts forever, and your peak will eventually come down. The question is not if that dip is coming, but how you're going to handle it. So be smart with your money. Invest what you earn into appreciating assets outside of music once your income starts growing. Because financial stability will give you freedom, peace of mind, and the ability to keep creating no matter what stage of your career you are in. And finally, only go for this if you truly intend to make a dent in the world. The music business is too tough, too demanding, and too unpredictable to pursue half-heartedly. But if your vision is to leave an impact, to contribute something meaningful, to create art that outlives you, then the struggle is going to be worth it. That kind of purpose will carry you through the hardest part of the journey. And when you finally get your foot in the door, after all those years of hard work, don't lose your hunger. Stay just as driven as you were on day one. And always, always remember why you started. So that's what I've learned after more than a decade in the music business. It's mindset, it's persistence, it's resilience, it's creativity, it's business. But above all, it's about loving the process of creating. The music industry is a long game, but if you believe in your vision, embrace failure as part of the path, keep learning, and never quit, I promise you, you will find your place in it. Make sure to watch all my other videos as well if you want to learn more about the music business and the mindset that comes with it. Thanks for watching.